My parents always worshiped my brother. He was rich, successful, and charming, the golden child who could do no wrong. Meanwhile, I was the shadow, the one who never seemed to measure up no matter how hard I tried. When he stole my fiancée, I shouldn't have been surprised. But I was. I had thought she loved me, that our bond was real. Instead, she let herself be swept away by his money, his influence, and his charm. The betrayal cut deeper because my parents didn't condemn him. They celebrated him. To them, her leaving me was proof that he was a better son. I was left shattered, abandoned not just by the woman I loved, but by my own family's approval. But life has its strange turns. Months later, I met someone else. Someone genuine. Someone who loved me not for wealth or status, but for who I was. We married quietly, away from the glare of my parents' judgment. She became my safe haven, my proof that love could exist outside the shadows cast by my brother. When I found out she was pregnant, joy replaced the bitterness I had carried for so long. For the first time in years, I felt like I had something they couldn't take from me, a family of my own, against my better judgment. I decided to share the news with my parents. A part of me still craved their approval, their acknowledgement. I was wrong. The night I told them, my wife stood beside me, her hand gently resting on her growing belly. I said the words with pride. "You're going to be grandparents." For a moment, I thought I saw a flicker of happiness in their eyes. But then my father's face darkened. My mother's lips curled into something between a sneer and a smirk. The first grandchild must be his. My father spat, glancing toward the empty chair where my brother should have been. "Not yours. Not some mistake." My wife stiffened beside me. "What are you saying?" she whispered. My mother's voice was colder still. "Get rid of it. This family will not celebrate your child. It must be his child that carries our name forward. Only his." I felt the blood drain from my face. "You can't be serious," I said, but before I could shield her, my mother's hand lashed out, striking my wife's stomach. My wife gasped, stumbling backward, clutching herself in shock and pain. Something inside me broke. I rushed to her, rage and fear burning through me, but before I could react further, the front door opened. A figure stepped inside, calm but carrying an unmistakable presence. My brother. For once, he didn't look smug or triumphant. His eyes went wide as he took in the scene. Our mother standing rigid, my father's jaw clenched, my wife trembling in pain as I held her protectively. "What the hell is going on here?" he demanded, his voice cutting through the tension like a blade. My parents' faces lit up with a disturbing kind of pride. "We were protecting your legacy," my father said quickly. "Your child must be the first. We can't let—" "Stop." My brother's voice thundered in the room, silencing them instantly. He looked at me, then at my wife, and for the first time, I saw something I had never seen in his eyes: shame. He turned on our parents, his voice shaking with anger. "Do you hear yourselves? You're monsters. You've destroyed this family with your obsession with me." "You pushed her toward me," he admitted, glancing at me with regret. "But I was too blind, too selfish to see what I was doing to you. That was my fault. But this," he gestured at my wife, still holding her stomach, "this is unforgivable." My parents were stunned. They had expected his approval, his validation. Instead, they received his condemnation. I stared at him, torn between anger and disbelief. After everything he had taken from me, was this remorse real or another performance? He stepped closer, his voice softer now. "I stole from you, brother. I can't undo that. But don't let them steal this from you, too. Protect her. Protect your child." The room fell silent, except for my wife's quiet sobs. My parents, furious at their idol's rejection, tried to speak, but he cut them off. "If you touch them again, if you so much as breathe a threat, I'll cut you out of my life forever. And you know what that means for you." For the first time, my parents looked small, powerless. Their golden son had turned against them, and without him, their world would crumble. I took my wife's hand, guiding her toward the door. My brother stepped aside, letting us pass, his face unreadable. Was it guilt? Was it love? Or was it simply the recognition of a line finally crossed? As we stepped out into the night, I held her close, whispering promises I prayed I could keep. We would protect this child. We would build a family on love, not wealth, not manipulation, not betrayal. Behind us, I knew a war had begun, a war not between brothers anymore, but between a twisted legacy and a fragile, precious life we were determined to nurture. And for the first time in my life, I didn't care about their approval. I cared about us, about the family I chose, about the child who, despite everything, would be born into love,